So, my most viewed video was on my job and the stories I had about it. Well, looks like we're doing that again. Okay, so a lot has happened since the last time I talked on this topic. Last time you heard me talk about this, I had just gotten into the kitchen and was working my way through. Since then, I've gotten a lot better at cooking in the kitchen to the point I became a kitchen lead within 6 months. And now 6 months after that, I am now in training for management. I know, I speed ran, started at busing, and now I'm a manager at the same restaurant. So now I can look at it from both sides, and let me tell you, this shit still sucks. Customers still ass. Coworkers still lazy. And the job still tiring. I have now worked here for almost 3 years. I've seen so many new people come and go from the job. It's comical at this point. Hell, while I was writing this script, 2 people just came and another person left. Like, it seems as if we're training new people every day. This restaurant has so much drama, you'd think we'd be back in high school. Like, here, when I was starting out, it was my 3rd week there. Our dishwasher at the time and a server got into an argument. It started off playful and joking throughout the night, and then the turn. Towards the end of the night, we just closed, and I was helping the dishwasher close, and I went off to the bathroom, and when I came out, they were just yelling like a full-on scream match. I was 16, so I was like, damn, let me not involve myself. So I started walking away, and I just heard, and I was like, damn, what the fuck? And so I went to check it out. Well, turns out this woman threw a metal chair full force at the dishwasher. So the managers had to immediately pull them apart, and I was like, damn, my dad's here. I gotta go. And then I just left. Good news is we never saw that server again. Like, here's another instance that happened recently with a girl almost getting jumped twice in the same night by different people. The craziest part, neither times was her fault. Like, they just want to beef with her. And oh, real quick, and the best part about working as managers is that everyone will come to you about work problems, and you can just straight up say, I don't know. Like, I'm just as scared as you. I just got to this level. I just can now take paid lunch breaks. You think I know how to fix the AC unit? Well, technically, I kind of do, because this one time while I was at work, the director of operations had him and me climb into the roof because there was an absurd amount of water that was coming out, and so we had to fix a busted pipe. And so we went up there. He needed to shut it off, but couldn't get to it easily without someone there holding the pipe.
You what?
To keep it from spraying. And so while he was walking around, I was just having water just poured on me. And the entire time, my friend was cackling. He's older than me, so he yelled to do the Stewie roof baby line. And I did it, I won't lie.
I'm a roof baby now.
Working at this job sucks a lot. But I do get free food though. So while everyone else is struggling through college, I'm gonna be chilling. Oh, and this one time, I was working at the restaurant, and this lady was complaining about her grilled cheese. And the company policy is to always make sure the guests are taken care of. So she complained, and we made it for her perfectly this time. And then she said, it's still wrong. So we made it again, and they said, this is still wrong. So this time, we had the manager go and make it exactly how it's like read on the menu. It like even better than when it's normally made. And she said it was wrong again. So the manager asked, how can we make it right? And this lady was like, well, this isn't how we make grilled cheeses where I come from. Where I come from, the bread is toasted. Like, whoever stated that the customer is always right is an idiot. And I got another story for you. And this time it's about a DoorDash driver. And these DoorDash drivers, out of line, but this one specifically. And this DoorDash driver is probably one of the worst people I've met. Here's a little context as to why I'm still upset thinking about this as I've written this script. Is because at our job, we have an employee who has Down syndrome. And he is just one of the nicest guys in the world. We all love him. And for the sake of a story, we'll call him Jim. Well, Jim is the greeter at the restaurant. That's all he does. He doesn't take orders. He doesn't bring food to any of the tables. He just tells people thank you when they leave and welcomes them in. And well, Jim was the only person at the counter who was not busy because we were in a rush. And the DoorDash driver went into his face, slammed the phone in front of him, and Jim, being confused, just said, "Thank you," and then started to walk away because he had no clue what she was trying to do. Then the driver just started cussing Jim out, calling him dumb and lazy, just a whole bunch of other crap. And so the manager, royally pissed, went to the driver and asked what their name was. And they said, "I don't have to tell you that. I can do whatever I want, blah, 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 blah." So we called DoorDash to get the name of the driver and just to get a new driver. So good thing is they got fired from DoorDash and got banned from the restaurant. So moral of the story is don't mess with people like Jim. Oh, real quick. Last time I talked about working in the restaurant, I talked about how customers went and took matters into their own hands, right?
Correct!
Well, one time I was in the kitchen making food for someone, and while I was doing it, I looked out of the expo window and saw a lady just standing there behind the server counter with her baby in the hand, and she just threw her food away with the plate and then put the plate on the counter. And I just stood there in shock, like, why do that? Why go out of your own way to the point you go somewhere you know you're not supposed to go and throw food away, even though we have bussers and that's their entire job? It's funny to me how little people can grasp the knowledge that health standards are important for everybody and not just them. And let me tell you about this one coworker. Well, this old coworker. Let's call him Stu. Well, Stu, no, he's stupid. He was an older guy who just seemed clueless. And not like old, I'm talking about like 30. And we had two other coworkers. One had been there for years, and the other one was newer, but he was still good. And they just loved cracking jokes and playing pranks. And when they realized Stu wasn't the wisest tool in the box, they started giggling at the idea to mess with him. Like this one time, Stu grabbed a note from the table that said, "I haven't had good service like that since 1986. And Stu went crazy. He was fist bumping, he was high-fiving people, and he was hype. But the company wasn't founded until 1989. And I would feel bad for him if only all of our menus and half the things around the restaurant didn't say established in 1989. And Stu got tricked by this same joke multiple times. And also, he tried to steal from another server. Like, Stu almost took $200 from her. And the best part about Stu, though, is after he got fired, I heard he got arrested, which is never good. Until you learned he tried to rob a bank with no weapon or face coverings at all. Like, he just walked up in there and asked for money and was like, "Give me your money." Like, the people we hire here are a few pieces short of a fruitcake. Hell, this one time I was just becoming a manager, and one of the older servers was working, and I asked her if she could do something, and then she yelled, "I know what I'm doing," and then yeeted a booth at me, and I was just like, I just asked you to get some plates, ma'am. Okay, so that's the video. Here's my Twitch. I might be streaming on that some, I don't know. And here's my friend's Twitch, and yeah. Also, the music playing is another friend of mine's. That will be linked in the description. Thanks.